In the last video, we learned what happens when I come back from altitude and try to take a local KOM at sea level. In a week's time, I'm going back to altitude, back to the Alps for the Haute Route Alps. Only this time, it's not just going to be one day of riding in the mountains like the Étape du Tour. It's going to be 7 days of back-to-back mountains, altitude, and even actually sleeping at altitude for one of the days too. It's going to be an interesting week, to say the least, because even though I raced as a pro years ago, and I did stage races very similar to this kind of format, I've never once actually slept at altitude. I've never once done an event with these type of mountains over a week, although I've certainly trained on similar terrain, but never really pushed myself. So it's going to be interesting to see how I respond to such a load. Now this is the playground today. This is the Bertus mountain range. Just over there is Ammanford, and just down there is Swansea. And you can actually see the sea. Well, you can today, because it's a very clear day. So this climb used to be the Swansea Wheelers hill climb course. And I've trained on this climb for maybe 12 years. Every year I've come back maybe a dozen times and done some sort of interval session. And today was no different. I usually use it for 3 to 5 repetitions of 7 to 8 minutes. And today's interval session was a little bit of a mix. I've got good legs, thankfully, and I decided to do 3 intervals of 7 minutes in length. But they're all different. So I did the first one in the style of 40-20s, and then I did the second one steady state at the same power that I averaged for the whole first 7-minute block of 40-20s, which was around 390 watts. And for the third set, I did 60-30s, much harder on tired legs, and really teaches me to dig deep, especially as I get towards the end. And my power was slightly dropping off on that one, meaning I was really pushing myself, but I'm satisfied with the session. The bike has had some TLC recently, and it's due some more before I go away to the Haute Route. It's had a new chain. I've had my Shimano Dura-Race pedals serviced as well. They've done maybe 30 to 40,000 kilometers, and I don't think I've serviced them. I also had new bearings in my race wheels, so they are good to go. And the last thing I need doing is the headset. Then we're ready. I think in a very sort of type 2 fun way, what I'm really most looking forward to over the week is like seeing how my recovery suffers, how my sleep suffers, and how I'm gonna try and manage that in an environment that I've not been in for a good while. You know, the stress of being at altitude, you know, pushing yourself over many days over altitude. It's very hard to simulate, especially when you live at sea level. You know, it's definitely going to be a week of discovery, or at least rediscovery, because of, well, my experience in the past. But of course, I'm going to be doing my best to vlog the whole thing, bring you along, and to see how it all unfolds. So make sure you like and subscribe so that you don't miss the next videos. Now the event starts on a Sunday. I'm going to be flying in on the Saturday, and it has 6 road stages and 1 time trial. The time trial will be on the last day in Nice, because we start near Geneva, but we've got to cover all that mileage on our bikes. We're going to be doing some really famous cycling climbs in the Aravis, the Saisies, the Cormet again, and then we're going to be doing the Iseron, the Isoire. We're even going to be doing the Telegraph and the Galibier. We're going to be doing Isola 2000. It's making me sweat just thinking about it, guys, but also making me very excited. Speaking of not being able to wait, it's nice to come up here again. I've not been up in ages. This is a type of place I'd only come on nice weather days as well. When it's really windy, it's really exposed. And if it's raining as well, you just don't want to be here on this mountainside. But it's really worth it. The descent is awesome. The views are amazing. It's like every direction you look, you've just got like a road you just want to ride. I'll tell you what, that view's not so bad back there either, is it? It's really hard to not be motivated to ride when you've got days like this, I gotta be honest. It is hard, you know, in the winter it's tough, but even in the summer, it's not like this every day, is it? But it's nice when it is, it makes you smile, right? I'll tell you something else that made me smile. The other day, actually, I went out and I did a 3-hour ride. I did 3 by 20 minutes with about 5 to 10 minutes of recovery between each interval at 345 watts. And I used my guide of the effort I did on the Col de la Loze a couple of videos ago, which you might have seen, where I did about 335 watts for an hour and 15 minutes at altitude, of course, topping out at 2,300 meters. So at sea level, I thought, yeah, I could do a bit more. You know, not massive, but some more. So I aimed for around about 340, 350, but for 3 by 20, which is an actual format I don't do very often. And I actually don't do it very often because it takes a lot of mental fortitude. And I feel like it's a session that can go wrong more often than not. You got to feel really on form to be able to do it and complete it. But I was really feeling that one, and now I'm glad I did do it. Because they do say that performance is not just doing the numbers, but it's also a big mental game as well. The confidence that it gives you to then carry on and do the next session, or you know, the next training block. You can't like measure that, you know. Confidence is such a big player in my opinion. Anyway, now it's time for another awesome descent. This weekend's going to be like my last chance to get a good couple of rides in, because next week I've got some stuff to do that will probably dampen my consistency, but that's okay because we'll be tapering off a little bit anyway. I've got to take the car for an MOT, I've got to take the van for a repair in the garage, I've got to take this bike for a new headset, and there's a bunch of other things. It's going to soak up my time and money, but we are looking forward to the Haute Route. That's the main thing.